how should I introduce you?
Here's this dumbass bitch that has a camera.
Okay. Welcome. What is the date?
Today is the 21st of March.
And it is currently 9:55 o'clock at night. This is the first show of Losing Loose Gravel. Welcome in.
Welcome.
And our first guest is Ren. They are a photographer in Chicago, and they go to Columbia College, Chicago. I just said Chicago twice.
Chicago.
But it's okay. So you're in school right now, correct?
Yes, I am in school. Currently a sophomore photography student.
How's that going for you as of late?
It's going good. I actually like my classes now. It's nice being in the thick of it. It's nice actually like studying what I want to and not just like beginner college courses.
So you're a photography major, correct?
Yes.
And then do you have like a minor or anything, or is it just...
No, just photography major.
Okay, got you. Like what kind of classes are you taking currently?
Right now I'm in a regular photography course, a photo history course, and then I'm taking a few other like based around like whatever. But those are my main photography courses. So it's a lot of like printing in photography and learning how to work like printers and learning about color theory within like printing photography. And then I love photo history too because it's just learning all about... It's complicated, but it's cool. You get to learn all about like... Now I'm on photo 2, so it's like more than just the beginning, like daguerreotype from then on, but it's like actually getting into how photography evolves, so it's cool.
Have you taken the darkroom class yet?
No, I couldn't get in this semester, but I want to next semester.
That's like a normal issue though.
Yeah.
Like, people don't get into it.
It fills up
whatever
so
they
fast.
Want. Like I really want to learn how to work with chemicals.
No,
and stuff.
same.
Like,
because in high school I developed black and white film, but I haven't developed color film and I want to so bad.
And you're from Charlotte, right?
Yeah, I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina.
And you had a dark room in your high school?
No, it was not a professional dark room. It was a room with a sink that could turn dark.
Were you there like a lot? Was that like your spot in high school? Or?
Kind of. I spent a lot of time like working on film there. But the photography, like everything they had for the course at my school was not well put together. So it was like reusing chemicals for way too long and shitty little things. But it worked. It was fun.
What did you like start with photography as soon as you started high school, or when did you start? What made you get into photography? I got really lucky because it was like I got my first camera when I was like in 6th grade, maybe. Like a gift, or you?
Like a gift for like my birthday or something, and it was like a little tiny. It was like a Sony, like little white point and shoot, and I did the like regular taking pictures of flowers in my backyard and like close-ups of people's eyes. Like 6th grade in middle school. So like what is that? I don't know ages for grades. I just know grades.
I never know how to figure any of that
out.
But
no, it started out with that, but then I was just bringing my camera everywhere all the time, and I immediately was like, this is like the one thing that I really love to do.
I forgot. I have to put paint up.
Oh yeah.
Paint is up now. I completely forgot. They were just looking at the audio.
It's okay. This is
a crash course.
Yeah.
This is crash course.
Yeah, it's good. It works. We have it now.
Yes. Okay, where were we? So getting into photography.
Yeah. But like
what kind of projects did you have in high school? Was it all personal, or was it like class based?
In high school, my photography class alone, I was in it every year that I was able to. So from like my sophomore year to my senior year, which got cut short obviously, but like I was in a class and it was only ever like less than 10 people, and it was like a very small group of people that were just taking it for like no reason. So it wasn't like project based as much as it was like learning how to work a camera and learning how to
the
like
classes we all hate.
Yeah, exactly. So it wasn't the best, but like all of my work in high school was done pretty much, other than like developing black and white film, I was just constantly like taking pictures of my friends. Like, back home, I would always get them to dress up, and we'd just, like, run out, like, go drive somewhere, run out, like...
What was the spot? Was it, like, woods, or describe the environment?
Yeah, at my mom's house back in North Carolina, she's got a bunch of woods in her backyard and this big green, like, grass in her backyard, and, like, up the street, there's, like, some, bamboo, like, woods, and so, like, I'd take people there, and then, like, in North Carolina, there's just so much, like, because I love, like, photographing outdoors, and there's so much, like, light and, like, so many different, like, woody places.
Would you say there's, like, a reoccurring element in, like, the kind of landscape that you choose?
Definitely. It's evolved a lot as, like, now that I'm more into, like, the work that I want to be doing, and not just as much, like, using my friends and my resources for whatever I can think of,
so do you think there's a difference between you taking photos then and now?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The one thing that's always been the same is I love taking pictures of the people that I love, and I love to use natural light in all my pictures. I love to, like, I've been experimenting a lot with, like, other sorts of light, and light is mainly just the one thing that I focus on, but anytime I can find, like, somewhere outdoors that has, like, that perfect light hitting, or, like, light coming in through the trees, or, like, somewhere out in a field or some shit, like, anywhere.
There's no fields out here, though.
Yeah. So. Now I can't have that, but whenever I go back home, like, I'm forcing my brother and my friends back there, like, out with me all the time.
Makes sense. What was, like, the turning point in high school where you're like, I want to go to school for this, like, I want to go to college and study photography, like, this is what I'm doing? It was
ever since I, like, got into it, and, like, from middle school on, photography was just the one thing that I always stuck with. And, like, once I got old enough, like, sophomore, junior year, where I was like, there's literally nothing else that I, like, not just that there's nothing else, but, like, I found the one thing that I, like, really love to do, and I have such a thing with, like, picking up projects or, like, learning new things and then putting it down or, like, quitting randomly, because I just get, like, I lose interest, and photography was the one thing that, like, not only I stuck with, but, like, it was never boring. It was never, like, it was always something new. It was never a chore. Yeah, it was never a chore. It was constantly something I wanted to do and wanted to go out and do. And once I was, like, old enough to realize that I could pursue that, I was like, I don't even need to think about it. I don't even need to, like, try with something else.
Makes sense. So last question about, like, high school and all of that, and we'll get into your actual stuff. How was, like, the community/family support around photography? Like I personally come from like a small conservative town, and everybody's like, what, you're going to art school, like, what?
No, that exactly. Like, it was definitely, I don't think that anyone in my life was surprised, and I was very blessed to have, like, the support from my family and my friends, who all, like, knew that I not my type of personality, I just can't fit in, like, something that's not artistic as, like, what I want to do, because it never is something that I enjoy. And so they were all like, no, photography makes perfect sense for you to, like, want to study that.
So friends and family were very supportive.
Yes, absolutely. But it was, like, definitely within, like, my high school and stuff like that, there were creative people, but it was, like, no one else but me, and, like, my best friend Bella moved up here too at the time, but, like, no one else but us was going to art school, was going to anything other than, like USC or Chapel Hill down there and studying, like, business or marketing or something. So it wasn't like people didn't like the idea, but everyone was just like, you're doing your thing, I'll do mine.
Like, do you still talk to a lot of people from high school? Or?
Yeah, I had a really close, like, group of friends in high school that, like, from freshman year to senior year, that was, like, 6 people were, like, my only friends that I hung out with, and they all supported it, and they all, like, wait, what's the question? It's like...
Oh, if you still, like, associate with your high school, essentially.
Yeah. So I had a group of friends that I was really close to, and I still talk to most of them, and they still are really supportive of, like, everything I'm doing up here, but I just didn't really talk to anybody else outside of that. I had a few friends that I keep up with, but I don't really talk, but it's all support from them. It's all, like,
Yeah.
people being nice about it.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. All right, back to actual projects
Yeah.
and stuff. What have you been, like, working on recently?
It's been a lot of school, like, projects based around school, because now that I'm, like, in a photo class, it's very project-based.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of that, I've been experimenting just a lot with, like, what my own style is morphing into. And right now, it's a lot of self-portraiture. Like, it's a lot of, like...
Film or digital?
Digital mainly, but I've been, like I said, I've been trying to get into film, but, like, it's been a lot of me, like, figuring out how I can use my own photography in a way to express parts of myself. And so it's been a lot of just working with myself and the camera. And then a lot of, like, working with new light, a lot of working with, like, setting up...
When you say new light, what do you...
Yeah, because, like, I usually was just using, like... In high school, I was either using natural light or I had this shitty little Amazon handheld light that it didn't even change colors. It just had the plastic that goes on the front.
Yeah.
And, like, I got so used to that. I've been, like, trying to use more stuff. So I brought in, like, fire, like, candlelight and stuff like that.
Of course,
and then, like,
of course.
I have my little tiny color changing one now. But just really experimenting with how, like, not just to use light, but to use light in a way that, like, gets my point across in the pictures I'm taking.
Have they been mostly indoor or, like, outside?
I'd say it's a good mix of both, but for right now, it's mainly indoor. Especially, like, throughout winter, it was a lot
We're
of...
exiting that now.
Yeah,
so, like,
yeah,
we can
it's
start
warm
going outside.
now.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so what would you say is your favorite location in Chicago to shoot outside of your house? Far.
I love anywhere in Lincoln Park.
Lincoln Park?
And I have a lot of places, because I ride a lot of public transport, and I walk a lot of places, and I have a whole folder in my phone of, like, so many places that I've taken pictures of.
Like a notes app?
Yeah, well, it's like a, like, photos folder of, like, pictures of all the places. But, like, literally anywhere, like, I love when it's night out and, like, it's those big orange street lights. And, like, I love busy streets with cars. And, like, during the day, I love any part of nature up here. Any part of, like, near the lake, anywhere, like, in, like, Lincoln Park. Or just, like, I like, parking decks, like, on top of buildings, stuff like that. But it's harder for me to, like, pinpoint locations beforehand. I find a lot of, like, enjoyment in, like, going around with people and, like, anywhere that looks cool, I'm like, go stand, go do that. Yeah.
Now is the time that you should take us through your disassociation project, because I really love that, and it's, like, all on your website and everything. Just take us through that. Like, what made you start thinking about this, and you're like, oh, I want to do this, and this is how I want to do it? Like, take me through that.
Yeah. So, like I said, like, a lot of my photography recently has been very, like, focusing on how I can use my photography to explore parts of myself. And that project started out as just my final project for photography last semester, and it
the spring of 2021, right?
The fall of 2021.
Fall.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But, I really, like, because I started realizing how, like, looking at other people's photographs, because I spent a lot of time, like, looking through other people, studying and just looking, like, admiring at what other people are able to do, and, like, parts of other photography that, like, I like and that I would want to incorporate into mine. And I realized how, like, light is not just, like, making it look cool, but, like, when I look at a photograph with such specific light from, like, people like Gregory Crewdson or, like, Philip Lorca de Corsia is how you say his name? Or, like, even, like, Nan Golden. I would not be able to pronounce that. Yeah, like, Nan Golden's shit. Like, you see these photographers that use light in a way that's not just, like, making the picture look cool, but, like, it makes you feel exactly the feeling that they're going for. I
like hate photos that look too good, you know?
Yeah, no, exactly.
That's why I love film so much.
Yeah.
Like ones that are, like, 4K and, like, crisp. I'm like, I hate
perfect
this.
lines, perfect lighting.
And, like, people go in and, like, adjust every individual aspect.
Smooth out everything.
I hate that.
It completely gets rid of the rawness, and when you're getting rid of that rawness, like, you're not getting that artist's emotional, like, whatever they're trying to put into it. It's just a picture of something at that point. And so, like, with the Dissociation project, just called Out, I wanted to, like, for the first time, I wanted to use photography as a way to, like, figure out my own shit. And I was like, because I have such a hard time, like, with dissociation, and, like, for people that don't, like, no one doesn't know what it is at this point, but, like, just that feeling of not being connected to the world around you, I struggle with that so much, and I, like, put the pieces together, like, if I could have something physical or even digital that I could, like,
prove it to myself.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
Like, express yourself a little.
Yeah, exactly, to prove that that's a thing that actually exists, and that emotion isn't just something that I'm feeling, but it's something I can put out into the world. I really loved that idea of using photography in that way, and, like, that whole project was just, like, 2 months of any time that I was feeling like that, anytime I was feeling, like, such strong emotions about, like, being out of it, being, like, so disconnected from my, like, family and friends and my environment, I would immediately grab my camera and immediately, like, whatever way that I could think to put that emotion out in a physical form, I would do that. And it was, like...
So most of the photos are from when you're in that, like, heightened state of emotionality?
Every single one. There's not a single picture in that folder on my website that wasn't taken in a moment where I was, like, not going through it. And it
calms you down, too, right?
Exactly, because that's my exact next point, because, like, throughout, like, working with, like, when I was feeling that my reaction was to go and create something out of it, it completely would get me out of, like, for at least a split second, it would completely get me out of that. Yeah, because I wasn't focusing on being detached anymore. I was focusing on attaching myself to a real-life emotion and figuring out how I could, like, create something out of that.
In the camera, to fine-tune what you want. Like, that takes a lot of intense, like, thinking and being like, very I'm precise. Here right now, and I'm, like,
and I'm looking at a picture of myself. Like, that's, because that project has a mix of, like, pictures of, mainly it's self-portraiture, but then there's a few still life and random in there, and it's, like, all of the self-portraiture that's in there, I was face to face with myself, which, like, when I'm out of it, it's not even that there's a me there. It's just, like, there's something that's thinking these thoughts, but it's not me, and it's not a real thing. And being able to, like, set up my camera and set it on a timer and then go and look and see exactly what I looked like, and realizing that I just set up something that I'm in.
And even though it's digital, it's still you. Like, you're still, that's like a moment.
Exactly. It's not just like I couldn't just be like, oh, that's some random person. Oh, that's just like a face on a screen. But it's like, that's actually me, and I'm actually taking these photos, and I'm actually feeling something more when I look at these photos.
No, that makes sense. And that's why I love film so much. It takes it that extra step. Like, digital, it can still feel superficial. Especially with, like, how society is now. But, like, film, it's, like, old technology. You have to wait for it to see it. Like, it takes
and once
2 weeks
you're developing your own film, it's like you're holding that. You're holding
and
that in your hands.
And you can adjust how it comes out and everything. I'm assuming. I've never
I've
never used the chemicals, but, like, I'm assuming, like, you can fine-tune how much of what
Definitely.
you want.
But it doesn't come anywhere near close to, like, when you're working digitally, which I do love digital, but, like, you can go in Photoshop, you can edit all that out, and that's why, like, I do love film, because, like, you can touch up on it, but you can never, like, erase what's actually there.
I actually, like, don't edit film photos. Like, I don't like to touch them.
Yeah, I usually don't anytime I've gotten them.
Like, I just leave it natural. I'm like, I love it. Like, if it's too dark, obviously I'll erase the exposure a little, but, like, other than that, I hate editing. I just want to keep it.
I feel like it defeats the purpose. It's like, why, like, I could just get one of those apps on my phone, like the David Dobrik, like, Fujifilm one. I get something like that and just do that, and then edit it on VSCO. But, like, when you're working with film...
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I went through that phase in high school, but...
No, everybody did. We've all been there.
Yeah.
But, no, I definitely agree. Like, when you're getting film developed, what's the point in changing it? Because that's, like, it already looks cool.
Mm-hmm. So, going back to the project, are you, like, happy with how it turned out and everything? Like, completely? Or...
I am happy with the images that I have right now, but I definitely want to continue it. And I have been working, like, slowly, because right now it's not my main focus, but, like, there's still been moments, like, after that project is ended, like, quite a few that I've edited even already, where I've felt those feelings, and then, like, my response was automatically again, like, just to go and take a picture of it and go and, like, capture it somehow. And I like that that's, like, I've done that now, even, like, working continuously on the project, and just, like,
that's not even a project, that's just, like, what you do, and that's what you resort to. So you are, like, trying to continue it and everything?
I would like to. I would like to put a lot more effort into continuing it, but I just don't have the time right now.
With school and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Anything else you have to say about it?
I think that it was a really...
Like, how do you think it affects people that view it, I guess is my question.
Well, oh yeah. I think that I have received a lot of, like, good feedback on it as well, and very helpful feedback, not in a negative way, but, like, people have been actually affected by it, and originally it started as just, like...
No, I, like, completely, like, relate to the whole project, and, like, this is beautiful, like...
Thank you.
Like, studying the photo and everything, you know,
Thank
like...
you.
Yeah.
No, and, like, I've had a few people reach out to me, like, over DMs and stuff, and be like, the way that you captured that, like, exactly like you said, like, I really relate to that, I really, like, and...
Like, I love the shower ones the most, but...
Thank you.
Maybe I'm just
You love
biased.
your showers.
Just biased.
Yeah. But, no, like, it originally just started as, like, a thing for myself and myself only, and I knew I was putting it out into the world, and I knew I wanted to share it with others, but when I first shared it, like, when I first made a website to post it anywhere, it was more like, I just want there to be proof that I did this, because I'm proud of it, and it's the first project that I've been really proud of.
Yeah.
And then once I realized that, like, it was something that people were viewing, and it, like, through those photos, they were able to, like, feel something of their own, or maybe feel what I was feeling, or, like, even just relate the image to something of their own experience. Like, I was like...
Yeah, they're never gonna fully understand what you were feeling, but, like, they can take it from their own experiences and still, like, understand.
Exactly. And it was just really cool to realize that I could... Like, I knew that that was the thing that you can do with photography, but realizing that I could do that with my own work, it definitely has pushed me in the direction that I'm going now with my photography, a lot more, like, emotion-based.
Have you ever thought about, like, making prints out of it?
I want to.
Like, maybe submit it to a gallery?
Y'all be on the lookout.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. That would be cool, though. That would be really cool.
So, what else have you been working on? Like, recently, what are you thinking, like, oh, I want to do this, like, soon? Like, I want to try and accomplish this?
Yeah.
Or are you just taking what you feel in the moment?
I do, well, it's a lot of taking what I feel in the moment, but besides that, I have a project that I'm wanting to start soon that I want you to be a part of, too. And I won't go into too much.
Yeah.
Because...
Just a general summary.
But... Like, going on the theme of my last project, I want to create a project focusing on how I fit and how other people fit into certain spaces. And, like, I've been really interested in the idea of reflections recently, and not just, like, mirror reflections, but, like, reflection off of a reflection off of a reflection.
Like, when I, like, look into a window and I see a space in the window, I always wanted to, like, write something about that.
Yeah, that
like,
space in between.
It's, like, not another dimension. It's just, like, interesting to, like, kind of try and capture.
Yeah. No, you got that, like, right on the dot. That,
well, I literally have, like, drawings in it.
Yeah.
Wait. Let me see. This is, like, far back, but, like, I definitely see what you're saying. If I don't find this, I'm gonna be so mad. Okay, really bad drawing. But, like, this was, like, in my dorm room, and I was like, yo, there's a person in the window.
Oh my god.
You know?
Yeah.
Like,
no, that's all I need. That's my reference picture for all of the images that I take. But, no, like, that feeling of, like, that in-between space. Like, when you're looking, like... Because I got the idea, the inspiration for it was exactly like that. I was sitting on the bus, and you know, like at night, like there's inside lights on the inside of the bus, and then you can still see outside.
Yeah,
and I was like staring at myself inside the bus, and
I do that on the train all the time.
Yeah,
like,
and I was looking outside, and I loved that space of where I was there, but I wasn't there. Like I could see myself out on the street, but I wasn't there,
that kind of goes with the disassociation.
Exactly.
Too.
I feel like a lot of it follows in that because that's
like literally everywhere you go, you can see that.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter where you go unless you're like completely out in nature. You can always just like see how you're moving through the world. Kind of.
Exactly, and I really want to do something that focuses on that and how I can use space in a way along with the reflection of like whatever I'm trying to get a reflection of, how I can fit those two together in a way where I'm putting someone somewhere where they're not really there. And
that's really interesting.
It's a work in progress. It's a new idea.
It's getting warmer now too. So.
Yeah. But no, that definitely will be happening soon.
Nice. Okay,
and you'll be a part of it.
Okay, I'm gonna check on the cameras.
Yeah.
But this is really good. Damn, I like didn't understand all this stuff. Like I didn't know like your complete like artistic style, you know.
Well, I really don't talk about it. Cause I'm not the type of person to be like, this is what I'm doing and blah blah blah. But I like talking about it.
I wonder what our run time's already. We're at 33 minutes.
Holy shit. Really?
I haven't looked at this once. Sorry, Margaret.
Oh my god.
I have not looked at the notebook once.
Oh my god.
Okay. Damn.
Did Margaret write all the questions?
We wrote them together over FaceTime. But...
I love that though.
Damn.
We're doing good. I did not realize it had been.
This,
yeah. No, because you just get on talking.
Just gotta reset it.
Yeah.
I mean, this camera's from like 2007, so.
No, it needs to take its time. It starts heating up and burning a hole through that. We took a little break.
We are back. We had to change out the cameras, but we are back. We have more music queued. I'm actually going to turn it down a little. I think that's a good level.
Yeah,
right?
I think that's good.
Alright, so getting back into it. How do you channel a story through a series of photos? How do you feel that you like achieve that, and like how do you feel that you like shoot like that?
The only way that I'm able to achieve that is directly when the story is happening for me. Like with my dissociation project, and hopefully with projects that I continue. I am literally, once the feeling is gone, once I'm not feeling that emotion anymore or whatever I'm trying to put into the photograph anymore, I'm not going to ever be able to recreate it. So the easiest and only way that I can do that is just right when I'm feeling it. Whenever I have that burst of like, I need to make something, I make it. And whenever I want to tell a story, I have to be like either living through the story or feeling that story fully.
Gotcha. That makes sense. The song is really good. Who is it? Oh, it's still the same song. Okay, so it's Broadcast, Message from Home.
Little song for you guys.
It's ethereal.
Yeah.
Did I pronounce that right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
No, it's good.
Cool. Okay, so with your photos, would you say you have more like a narrative? Like, you put 10 of your photos together, do you think there's a narrative, or is only purely moments?
It's purely moments.
Purely moments?
I feel like my narrative is solely just continued through the fact that I'm the one taking these photos, but other than that, it's
just how you see the world too.
Exactly, yeah. I like the fact that photography can be just that, just how the individual person sees the world around them and what they find cool.
It's crazy how much you can learn from a person by seeing like the photos that they have.
Yes, the type of photos they take, the photos that they like.
You can tell how they see the world, and you can like not judge their character, but like you kind of get a sense of them.
Exactly. Like I feel like if you can't get that sense of someone in their photography, then, well, not that, I won't say that. We can cut that out. But no, I feel like it's really important to recognize the power that you have in that with photography, that you're able to put yourself out there in such a different form, and like you're able to put yourself out there, like same as with painting or drawing, like your unique style is you putting your own, like your brain out there. And it's the same with photography, even though it's not like hand to page, it's like the way that you're viewing things and the way that you want to capture something is exactly how you would want to feel it.
Yeah, that actually perfectly segues into my next question. How do you reflect your personality in and out of your work? So it's not just what you're trying to express in your photography, but like somebody who doesn't know you personally, like I do, how do you like hope to reflect your personality? Like, so not purely by your photos, just you as like an artist, as an entire person.
Okay, big question.
Yeah.
Big boy question. I think
you can take a moment to think about it if you need.
Yeah. I mean, off the bat, I think that my goal with photography is I continue to use it. I want that to help me figure out how I want to present myself, because like a lot of the time living in the city and like just being who I am, I lose who I'm not even trying to be, but who I am to the people around me. And I feel like that grounding of like being able to look at my own photos really helps me. And it's hard to explain how I want to present myself in like I'll get to outside of photography, but within my photography, it's hard to think about how I'm trying to present myself, because I don't think I've ever had the thought with like a picture that I'm trying to pose myself a certain way, or I'm trying to light something a certain way, or
but it's
capture
for yourself, a moment, though. It's not for like other people.
Yeah, exactly. It's never for like, I never am going into a picture with the intention of trying to show a version of myself to others that I'm not just automatically putting out in that picture. If that makes sense. Like I never
so like outside of your work, what would you want people to know about your art? Like,
yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes,
okay.
Yeah. Outside of my work, I just hope that people can feel the passion in it. Like I hope that people can feel the vulnerability, because I feel like that space of vulnerability that I try and put into my work, I guess that would be a part of my work that I try and, like, that vulnerability is a part that I try to incorporate, and I hope that people can see that, because, like, one-on-one, I have a hard time with vulnerability, and I want to use my photography in a way to be vulnerable, and I want, like, my passion for just art in general to be a thing that people notice about me. Like I don't want it to just be like I don't want to just be another art student, like, and I recognize that, but I want people to see that it's not just like a way for me to make money or a way for me to like hang out with cool people, but it's like
is that a thing? People get into photography that hang out with cool people.
The people I've seen at Columbia, I'm not gonna
We didn't say that.
We didn't say that.
I didn't say that. I personally did not say that.
I think there's someone behind me actually saying that. But
it's a ghost.
No, I wanna be I don't know how to say it in any way that's less cringe, but I wanna be real. I wanna be
that's
real.
That's an app.
I gotta do my be real.
You didn't do it today?
I didn't do it today.
Oh.
But no, I just want people to be able to see my art and connect with that vulnerable part of me without me having to explain myself. And outside of that, I just want to be a person that can, like, be vulnerable with others and have people, like, be there for the people around me, not just, like, in the like listening and talking and blah blah blah.
And it's like hard to see that through social media too.
Yeah.
Like it's all so fake. But
oh
like,
my god.
I can tell you like don't care about social media. You're just like
Yeah.
I want to post what I'm making.
Yeah. And like I have a private account that I have just like friends and family on, and then I have my photography account, and like
you have like 4 accounts. Let's
yeah.
be real.
Yeah, but the ones that I use, at least now, but like I really don't like, I'm not trying to put any version of myself out there that's not me, because I literally couldn't even comprehend a version of me that's not me, because I'm still just trying to comprehend the version of me that is me.
That's always changing.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Like, that's never always consistent.
It's always gonna be different, and I can finally figure it out, and one day I'll wake up and it'll be like a whole new me. But I love that I'm able to like constantly grow like that and constantly change, and I hope that like oh my god! No, I forgot! We got it, guys.
Paint.net is back up. I'm gonna go check the desk.
I can't believe.
It's recording.
I can't believe. Well, we got it now. Same as last time.
Crash course.
Yeah, it's working.
What were you saying? I'm so sorry. I just like looked over briefly and I was like, oh my
god. No, I think I was just going on a tangent of what I was saying, because I like to talk sometimes. But I hope that there's vulnerability in my work, and I hope I can learn to put that vulnerability that I put into my work into my real life with the people around me, because I feel like I'm almost there, but I'm constantly working towards it.
It's always a process. It will never stop being a process.
Yeah.
Which is a little scary to think about, but like, that's just life.
Yeah, it's just
in the
life.
most simple terms possible, it's just life.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
Okay, this question might throw you off.
Okay.
If you had 3 objects to pinpoint on your inspiration throughout a day, what would it be?
Throughout a day?
It doesn't have to be photography related, just like 3 objects that you have like strong importance on.
Just 3 objects that I love?
Mm-hmm. That like you use every day in your routine.
Okay. Can one object just be my friends?
Okay.
Or my friends' objects?
I mean, I guess like, yeah.
I mean, that would be my main thing, photography and outside alike, is just like the people around me every day, my coworkers, my friends, my family. But object-wise, I have a few little friends. Well, my obvious objects that I always have, and that even though they're just little guys that I keep in my pocket, they're still inspiration to me. Where's my other one? I carry these 4 things in my pocket everywhere that I go ever. Every single day, every time I leave the house.
Alright, do you want to go hold them up to the camcorder?
And when I am at home, they're in my pocket still. This is Bug and Ball. This is my charm that says, love flows through me, love surrounds me. This is a chunk of raw amethyst. And this is smoky quartz, a little round ball of it. But when I'm out of the house, they're in my pocket. When I'm in the house, they're in my pocket, or they're under my pillow every night that I go to sleep. And
what about when you go in the shower?
When I go in the shower, sometimes I'll wash them just because they get dirty, but other times they'll just be on the bathroom counter.
That's so cool.
But
I want to start doing something like that.
I carry them everywhere, and
so does this count as one object, or?
It can count as one object, yeah.
Okay.
But like the little things, and like Bug and Ball is the one thing that I always have. He's my little friend, and honestly, I've found like inspiration in him. Just like I say him. He's my little friend, but
like how you have his pronouns figured out and everything. So.
Yeah. But like, as much as I love light, 2 clear crystal balls, like I get so much light, and I am able to like photograph this as an object that means something to me.
Are they big enough to like shoot through?
You can open it up.
Oh.
This one's just, you know those Japanese drinks? It's just one of those. Finn and I broke open one of them, and
nice.
It's that, but this is Bug and Ball.
Oh, it's literally a
bug in a ball. A little rainbow beetle.
So, where'd you get this?
I got it from my cousin's house. And then this is just a little crystal holder.
That's so cool.
But a thing about me that certain people have told me they find unique to me, which is another part of me working on the vulnerability thing, because I love this part of me, but I don't talk about it. But I have a lot of friends everywhere that are not real people, and I love to have friends everywhere. I have little knickknacks, I have little things in my room.
Like a certain tree or something?
A certain tree. Right now I have a friend across the street from me at my house where I get off of the bus, and it's a little light, and it flickers, but it doesn't just flicker, it like, I don't know. I just love things like
it
that.
Does it
like
in a unique way. You're like, I love you.
I love you. Like, it's just like my friend. Like, I'll be thinking in my head, like, hello, friend, hope you're doing good. Like, I love to have things everywhere that I live, everywhere that I go, that, like, hold some sort of significance to me. Because it's, like, kind of my grounding thing. Like, it's, like, that's something I can go to. Like, at work, I have things at work that mean something to me. At both jobs, at school, or, like, places on campus. I love to have, like, places that I feel comfortable in, and I think that, like, really helps when I am not feeling inspired, because I always have places to go back to that remind me of, like, happy things. I don't know.
Yeah. Is there, like, a space in your home that you, like, do all of your creative things? Is it just, like, in your bed, or...
My bed and my bathroom.
Not your balcony?
My balcony, but it's been cold out. When it's warm, my balcony, because I'm always out there smoking, and I'm always, like, sitting out there doing something. But my bathroom, I spend a lot of time just because I have, like, a big natural light window. Like, I have all the light coming in, and, like, I love my shower, and, like, I just love...
There's a really cool window in the shower.
Look at the pictures we took, and you'll see. But
actually, the whole video for the start of this podcast.
Yeah.
Which you killed. Thank you again. But
thank you for modeling.
Okay, so...
I guess that's
that was one object. What about a second? Take your time.
I mean...
Like, I would say...
Another...
Okay, to be basic, like a camera, but, like, that's basic.
Yeah. A camera definitely.
Ooh, I have a certain mug that whenever I'm doing something creative, I'm gonna go get it. It might be dirty right now, but nonetheless, it's in the fucking dishwasher.
Ah! Wait, that's so cute.
This is my creative mug.
I love it.
Yeah,
I can feel the creativity flowing.
It was like a really cheap mug, but I like love it.
No, I love that. And that reminds me, I guess my second would be I have a sweater. My favorite sweater ever. And actually the entire disassociation
Sweater. Always here. Always here.
I love that sweater too. But the entire disassociation project, it's hidden in most of the photos. I'm either wearing it or, like, there's one picture where it's on a tree.
Little Easter egg.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll look for that next time.
Yeah. But that's, like, the sweater, speaking of, like, your mug, like, something every time you're doing something creative, like, you have that. My sweater is, like, anytime that I'm, like, going through pictures or, like, taking pictures or stuff like that, or, like, even just, like, when I'm drawing or doing something like that, it's the most comfortable, like, just thing to have on, and it's such, like,
it's not even a thing at that point. It's
exactly.
It's an emotional connection.
It is. And I used to have this other shirt, my Goodnight shirt, and it was Snoopy and Woodstock with the word goodnight over it.
That's so cute.
But now it has holes all over it.
Oh, you can fix it.
Yeah.
But just, like, put little, like, patches over it or something. So you got two objects down.
My babe.
We can't put importance on that. We can't put importance.
I'm trying to think.
what's something that you always have other than these guys on you when you go out?
I don't
like,
have.
Do you have like a journal or like something? Headphones?
Actually. Oh my God! How could I forget? This is the most important thing of all, and I completely blanked out. I always do have a little notebook with me, a little memo pad. Always. I've burned through in the past like few months, and it always has nothing on it.
Yeah, that's me with this.
Yeah, but I've burned through like 6 of them in the past like 2-3 months, because literally any thought, any like feeling, anything, any like inspiration that I find that I want to keep track of, any ideas that I get that I want to keep track of, I write it all down in here, and I have this in my bag that I carry with me everywhere I go.
Do you cleanse them when they're done, or do you keep them?
I've set some crystals on some of them. I keep all of them in my room.
I meant cleanse by like that, but that's also cool.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, some people are like, oh, this book was like a chapter of my life. Mm-hmm. And like, I've grown so much since I've had this book, so like, I want to like, either get rid of it or you keep it, and then you can see how far you've changed. So.
Yeah. No, I keep all of them. I feel like I go through them so fast. It's never just a different version of me, but it's just like I love to read back through them, and like I date everything, and I like to know like what I was thinking
you ever
on
forget
this
to date
day.
It?
I do. There's a lot in here that isn't as
I try
dated,
to do that,
but
it just never works out.
even if I don't date it, I always have like today is Thursday, today is blah blah blah, and it's like that's my way to keep track of all of my ideas. I can't believe I forgot about this. This is like literally where
I'm glad I said something.
Yeah, where I have all of my ideas, because I spend so much time on public transportation too, and I'm just sitting there, and I get so bored of my phone. I hate my phone, and I wanted something that I could have to like do instead of that.
And it's so portable too.
Yeah, so I just have that, and I write every idea I ever have in there, and every thought that I feel is worth writing.
It would be cool to look back on that.
Yeah, it definitely is.
That's how I feel with this camcorder. Like, I just put them into my hard drive, and then like 20 years later, I'm gonna have like that footage was like 33 minutes, just like 33 minutes of my life. This year, that moment, like
on what did it say? May 3rd, 2007.
Yeah, so the dates. Well, actually, when I export it, I think it updates the date.
Yeah.
But in the title, it says like 2007 underscore whatever. But.
No, it's so fun to have. Like, I think that's also a great thing. Like with why I like taking pictures, to keep track, like a record of things.
Yeah, like when I got out of high school. Like my photos app, I just like printed them all out and put into a photo book, and then I deleted them off of my camera roll.
Oh, I love that.
And then so now it's
that's so cool.
Yeah, right? Like
oh my God! Wait, I would love to do something.
You should
like
do that. It's like cleansing.
Yeah.
It's not that expensive. Go to Walgreens, you know. It's like
print out some stuff.
And then you can like scrapbook the hell out of the memories too, like.
Oh, you just gave me a great idea.
Your next downtime.
Yeah.
You're gonna be working on this for like 2 weeks straight.
Literally.
That was all 3.
That was all 3.
Nice work. Okay.
All my friends.
Let's see what else I got. Oh, not to circle back, but this is also like a important point. Is it natural or difficult to express your personality through your work?
Absolutely natural for me, because.
Was it ever difficult? Like ever? Like, oh, this isn't how I wanted it to turn out. This isn't what I, like, saw.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that, that I definitely come across constantly. Like, that's not how I wanted that to look. That's not how I visioned it. But that doesn't ever strike me as me not getting my personality across. More just, like, I'm so specific with when I'm trying to get something across. I need it to be like exactly how I want it, and usually the picture that I finally edit and like the one that I choose is the one that fully captures that. But otherwise when I'm just shooting, I feel like I just don't even focus on whether I'm putting my personality into it or not, because when I look back every time I take pictures, I can feel that I was. Because I feel that I wasn't trying to do anything other than what I would want to do with my photography, and I, am not trying to do anything outside of what I think looks good, what I want to get across. My eye for it is so, I'm not training my eye in photography to be something other than what I already have. So I feel like it just comes across very naturally for me to, I hope that it does. I hope that when people look at my photos, they can see parts of me, because I think that I get that across pretty well without even wanting to.
When I say difficult, I think of it when I was first learning how to use cameras, I didn't have a sense of how I like to angle things or frame or any of that.
Yeah.
So definitely early on, but now once you learn everything, it comes naturally.
Definitely early on, it wasn't as much I always knew what I was trying to capture. I always knew what I wanted, what angle I wanted, how close or far away, what I was trying to...
Tune it down.
Yeah. But, I think it was more just an issue of, I didn't know what meant anything to me to photograph other than the people in my life. So anytime that I liked how I was setting it up, but I felt it was a lot of just me taking the picture of somebody and not me putting myself into it as much. But that was early high school and stuff like that. But the more that I actually realized I wanted to study this,
and
wanted
got in
to
touch with your emotions a little more.
Exactly.
It takes a while to do that.
And I definitely was not, and I'm not always, but definitely was not when I was younger. And I think that a lot of
it's always good to reflect on that too.
Yeah. I think a lot of just early artists, whatever you create when you first start creating is just more about taking as much as many pictures or drawing as many drawings or doing whatever as much as you can until you figure out this is what I like, this is what I don't like. And it was just a lot of that. But I feel it always came very easy to me with what I was doing, words. I feel it always came easy to me to set up a shot and to figure out what I was going for.
It's definitely a natural thing.
Yeah.
It's instinctual.
Instinctual. Oh yeah.
The song is beautiful, by the way. Do you know it?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's it called again? It's dun 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 dun.
It's
Yeah.
It's the
Boom, 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 boom.
emojis, heaven, exclamation, exclamation. That's all I can say about it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's pretty much the title.
I don't know how to pronounce the name. It's a bunch of symbols and stuff. But I had a question. Ooh, okay. If you weren't talented at photography, what other art form do you wish that you were really good at?
Painting. Immediately.
No hesitation
No
at all.
hesitation. And I still would like to try it. I've never really tried it. Only getting a shitty canvas from Michael's and some random paints, Crayola paints.
Not high quality paint,
no.
They're just really bad.
Yeah.
But I think my paint's off of Amazon.
Fancy.
Screw Amazon.
Yeah. But no, I have so much respect for painters, and I wish that I could paint, and I would like to try at some point. I would like to try incorporating painting and photography, some sort of collage something.
Yeah.
But I wish I could do that. I wish I could draw better too, but I do enjoy drawing just for fun.
Yeah. I wish I would be a musician.
That too.
I've had a lot of people tell me oh my god, if you were a singer or something, you'd be so cool.
No, you have the exact look to be in a band. You need to be.
Well, here's the thing. The past couple months I've been called MGK countless times, and I hate it. Literally, literally 3 hours ago I was on the phone, and Margaret's mom came into frame, and she's like, "Oh my god, you look like MGK." And I'm like, first of all, how do you know who that is?
First of all, there's already an issue there.
And then, how did you find my biggest insecurity?
My God.
And she's like,
I'm
yeah.
so sorry for you.
She's like, yeah, he's coming to Boston soon. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh no.
What time is it? You got work in the morning.
I do.
Okay, so last question for all the marbles. Why did I say that? Advice for younger artists just starting their craft or deciding to go into their craft?
I have advice, but keep in mind I'm still a young artist, a new artist.
Yeah, but you like committed to going to college for it and everything.
Yeah.
And you're actively pursuing it. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean like what you've done. It's just like actually committing to it.
I think the best thing to ever keep in mind is be patient with yourself. Always, 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 always. Learn through your art how to be patient with yourself. Learn how that works for you. But your art is never going to be good first, second, third, fourth try. It's never going to be what you want the first few times you do it. Even if you're liking how you're setting things up or shooting things, it's always in the beginning focused on what you can do and not what you want to do. And so just be patient until you get to the point where you can... But no, recognize that just because other people, maybe your same age or younger than you or anything, are doing the same things as you, or doing things that you think are cooler than what you're doing. Everyone works on their own time frame. So never compare
yourself.
Yeah, don't compare yourself, as cliche as it is, and as hard as it is to follow that advice, even for me, for any artist. Like, it's only ever gonna make you make worse art. It's only ever, like, the minute that you start comparing and trying to be like how someone else is making art and trying to make your art reflect that, it's not gonna be what you want it to be even more, because making art that you like to make is all about your personal connection with that art, I think. I feel like the best art that you could ever find yourself creating is going to come from something original to you, and going to come from not forcing yourself into creating that.
That's
and
so good.
It's like
I've never thought about it that way. That's like so cool.
You can't like, if you're ever forcing something, it's not going to turn out how you want it to, because you're not putting the time and effort into it.
That's how I feel like when I'm asked to make something that I like don't like find interest in.
Yeah.
Like, I used to make like interview style like videos for my high school, and I'm like, this is so boring.
Yeah.
But once I started like venturing out on my own, I'm like, oh, I actually want to spend time on this and like actually like fine tune it, you know? And
make it your own, and not just make it like shooting something for somebody else, but like doing something that reflects like what art you would look out for that you thought was cool.
And that's also another like misconception I had when I was first starting. I was like, I started out not making my own stuff. I would be like, oh, you need this for your music or whatever. And I'd be like, okay, I'll help you make that.
Yeah.
But now I've like finally started to be like, I need to like make my own stuff, which is so much better. You know?
And I'm sure that, like, you feel the same, like, that art that you've created is your favorite out of everything that you've made, because it's...
Even if it looks cooler, like, what you made for other people, it's just all comes back to what you are creating.
Yeah.
And how, if you're happy with it.
Exactly. Exactly. But that would be my best piece of advice, I would say. As a humble lad.
That was insightful.
Thank
you.
Alright,
do you have anything else to say before we sign off for the night?
Thank you so much. I am humbled and honored to be the first person on this podcast. Yeah, the first guest, folks. Like, I need a big number one.
I wonder what the runtime on this is.
Yeah, probably very long, but hopefully it's been enjoyable.
Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and we will see you soon.
Hearts, see you soon. Enjoy. Peace and love.
Nice.